Alrighty, and with that, welcome everybody to another edition of the Monthly Beadown Podcast, episode 33, live here on May 29th, 2019, as we are here for the June 2019 channel update. I am your host, Andy, or Andy, or whoever you want to go by. And today we got a little bit of a little channel update here today regarding the month of June, as we're right around the corner here in June. I believe June will actually be the first day. Will actually be this Saturday coming up. So on Saturday will be the first day of June. So we got to go through a little few things regarding the channel here today. We have our subscriber shout out that we have to go over, giving a nice little thank you shout outs to everybody who was subbed during the month of May. We also have our month recap, recapping what we did in the past month of May of 2019. We also have our month's plans and what to expect for this month. We also have our stream schedule for June that we're going to quickly go over as well here today. Some stuff that I was bought or gifted during the month of May, because May was my birthday month. There was a few things I did receive, so I'm going to quickly talk about those here today as well. We have our highlight of the month for the best highlight that appeared in the month of May, and we have a pretty good one for this month, so we'll showcase that today. One little minor announcement, it's regarding a specific something, and you'll be interested to, or you'll be happy to know about this. So stay tuned for that. We also have our Caster of the Month nomination to announce today as well. Once a month, we do a Caster in the month of every episode of the Monthly Beatdown Podcast, just to give somebody a little bit of a shout out. That's stuff people I like to watch, or just I believe someone who deserves a bit of a shout out. So we'll go over that real quickly here today too. We also have a Q&A session as well, so if you'd like to fill out a question for the Q&A session that will be later here today, we will be doing that. You can use the command, if you're watching this live here on Twitch, in the chat using the command !AskAndy. It will provide you a Google Doc link, so you can provide your username, and if you want to put your username down, or you can stay anonymous, just type down anonymous in the username, and you can send out your question through there, and I will read and try to answer the questions at the best of my ability that I can during the Q&A session later on during this broadcast. So stay tuned when it comes to that. So yes, but I think we'll get things going here today. So let's just start off with some music right here, and we'll dive into our first topic of the day. Yes, so our first thing we like to do for every Monthly Beatdown Podcast is to do a subscriber shout out. That's right. So this is where I like to give a nice little thank you to those of you who were subbed or were gifted sub, depending if you were whichever you were. You still get a monthly shout out if you were subscribed to me during the month of May of 2019. So we'll have a quick little rundown of names here on the screen. If you see your name on there, thank you very much. Sometimes it gets kind of crossed out there just due to the layout, but I will read the names that I am provided here on my list that I have here. So we'll quickly go a rundown of everybody who was subbed for the month of May. So thank you to Billy3802. Thank you to Grady Dose. Thank you to Co-Paylord. Thank you to Captain Paladin LP. Thank you to Super Mutant 2099. Thank you to Volano 007 or 007565. Thank you to 5 Uberpone 2. Thank you to Jinjos. Thank you to Staffo 45. Thank you to Edgehead011. Thank you to Lemon Lizard. Thank you to Bad Boy Zone 123. Thank you to Matrix Mandible 5432. Thank you to Rasher 24. Thank you to Apparition. Thank you to Yoshi 86 Up. Thank you to Tampa Bay Boy 44. Thank you to Bowtie Bandit 5097. Thank you to the Random Reject. Thank you to Kip B00. Thank you to Takada. Thank you to FD907. Thank you to Corzereza, or aka Spencer, or Pseudo Wudo, whoever you want to go by him by. Thank you to XX Trevorhead XX. And thank you to Ion Kitty, or I Know Kitty. Yeah, that's the what we go by there. So thank you very much for those of you who were subbed or gifted a sub, whichever you did. If you were a sub regardless, you still get the thank yous for that. Just always a reminder that if you are subscribed to the channel, you do get a monthly shout out here on the channel. Subbing to my channel is always 100% optional. If you'd like to support me in what I do, consider hitting the sub button on my channel here on Twitch. It's above here on the title, or like actually the title's down below now. I'm used to when it used to be at the top here, but there's a sub button right at the top there near the follow button. and the bell button. And by being a sub, you'll get benefits such as emotes that I have provided here on my channel, which we currently have a total of 3 of them for our tier 1s. Still working on getting some other sub emotes. We have a 4th tier 1 sub badge that I can, or sub emote that I can get, since I have available to use 4 sub emotes. I do also have 2 tier 1 and or tier 2 and 3 slots as well, but unfortunately I don't have emotes for them as of right now, as those emotes that were originally there have now been moved up to being tier 1 emotes. So still in the works of making some new emotes there, or adding some new emotes for the currently the not slots that don't have any at the moment. As well, you do get a nice little sub badge by your name. If you are in the chat room here, ever on live here on Twitch, you get a nice little sub badge by your name. The more you do resub or sub, the better the badge becomes, as we do have a normal badge, a 3-month, 6-month, 9-month, and I believe a 1-year badge. Since I am part of the Twitch affiliate, we do go up to a year badge. I don't have a 2-year or anything like that, because I believe that's exclusive to partners, so it's only available to up to 1 tier or 1-year sub badge, basically, by your name. But if I ever do get partnered down the line, we'll make sure to actually have another badge for like 2 years and stuff like that, because it'd be kind of nice to have stuff like that too. But that will be something we look forward to sometime in the destined future, if it ever does come. As well, you do get no ads when you watch me live here on Twitch. If you always have an issue with having ads on Twitch TV, because let's be honest, Twitch TV does have a lot of them. If you do sub, you do get no ads at all, so you don't even need to use ad block. If you still do, that's not a big deal, since I don't make ad revenue. But if you don't want to, if you want to sub and get no ads, you can totally do so as well, as I don't really play a lot of ads. And Twitch only plays the ads automatically when you join the channel, just because that's just Twitch for you. I don't make any revenue when it comes to that as of right now, since I'm not a Twitch partner, so yeah. And also, you do get benefits in my Discord server. We have exclusive subscriber chat rooms, subscriber call rooms as well, so there are those that I can provide as well. And there also are exclusive other things that you guys get to have as well. Eventually there will be a little something for subs in the next couple months or so you better stay tuned for that, so yeah. And like I've always said, subbing is always 100% optional here on my channel. If you like to support me in what I do, consider doing so. But if you can't, don't feel bad. Just being here helps the most as well. It's just a way to support me in what I do, and you get benefit for being a subscriber to my channel for all the support and whatnot. So there we go. Moving on now is going to our next segment here is the month recap. So yes, let's give a little rundown on what we did here in the month of May. And May was a bit of a pretty busy month, I will say, and we'll talk about that right here, right now. So to start things off, let's talk about our Let's Play nights here. So we've currently been doing a lot of Let's Play nights here on the channel. Currently, we've been still playing one of our longest games of the season, game number 160, as with Persona 3 Fez. As of right now, we are currently sitting at 12 days of the playthrough, which is a pretty long time, but that's just the thing with these games. They are very long and whatnot. I don't know how much more left we do have, but from what I'm trying to line up as well, we could be done the game in June at best, maybe early July. That's kind of the idea here. So we're coming down to the last little bit when it comes to this game. For the main game, that is. Now, there's another campaign that this game does offer. It's called The Answer, which is supposedly a harder and more stressful campaign that you can play after the main game is done, and that's about another 30 hours from what I've been told. So still kind of deciding if I will even attempt that at all, but right now the main focus is just the main campaign, and we are currently, like I said, now currently sitting at 12 days of the playthrough, and we're currently sitting in December in the game's months, basically. So yeah, so we've made some pretty good progress this month in this game, and it's been a love-hate relationship with this game gameplay-wise, but I still have a fun time playing it regardless. It is Persona. I've been enjoying playing Persona on the channel since the Persona 4 Golden playthrough last year, so yeah. So we'll look forward to continuing more of it here in the next coming month here, and we'll try to see if we can actually finish it on this month. If not, like I said, it's probably going to be an early July finished game, so we'll see. Currently, right now, you can watch all the parts right now of Persona 3 Fez currently on TGBD Archives in all 12 parts, all in 6 hours of casting. Some of them are in 7 hours because we run into boss fights that take forever too, so that's kind of the reason for that. But yes, that's all on there. If you watch my stuff on Twitch, you can actually see a collection section on my videos section here on Twitch. And if you scroll down, there's a nice little playlist sitting right there for you, and you can watch the entire playthrough from start to finish currently as of right now when it comes to that game. So as well, the start of May, we actually finished up one of our playthroughs. It was game number 161, and as with Yoshi's Crafted World, we did finish this at the first Let's Play cast of May, in fact. And I mean, it's a Yoshi game, it's a platformer, and I like me some platformers, but I do feel that this game is a little bit on the weak side personally. It's not the greatest game, honestly. It's okay, nothing amazing, I would say. But I still had an enjoyment time just going for like all the main collectibles and that, but then there was some other collectibles that I just didn't want to get, basically, so I didn't bother with that. Basically, the idea was we beat all the main levels of the game, and that's the bonus stuff that unlocks after the main game is done, basically. So we did all that, and that was basically that. The one negative thing I have to say about this game is that the soundtrack is not that great at all. My goodness, the soundtrack is probably the weakest part of Yoshi's Crafted World. I do not recommend listening to any of the music from Yoshi's Crafted World because it's not really great stuff at all. Personally, I'd say, but that's just me, in my opinion, when it comes to that. So, but yeah, we did finish Yoshi's Crafted World on the channel. Our full playthrough of it is available on TGD Archives, and it is also available on Twitch's collection section on my channel here as well. And then we started a quick little playthrough. It took about 2 streams, game number 162, and that was with Mickey Speedway USA. That's right, we did another kart racing game here for Let's Play Nights. I've been wanting to do this game for the channel for quite a long time. I've had it on the back burner for like a few number of years. I think probably since like 2015, 16 maybe, like around then. So it's been a playthrough that I've been trying to want to play for a while. I mean, when I originally made the poster for the playthrough, I originally had my original logo on the poster. So that goes to tell you how long ago I've been wanting to play this game, but it's just been pushed aside for other games to be played here on the channel. And I had a great time playing it. I had relived kind of my childhood when it came to that game. It's a very not very known of game, which I didn't expect it to be, because whenever I played it, a lot of people had no idea what the hell this game was. And you know what the funny thing is? I went to the Twitch directory at one point, and at the point when I was actually playing through the game, it turns out I was like the only person who ever played Mickey Speedway USA on the site, so that was pretty nuts. I believe somebody has made an archive that they have played it's just playing a bunch of Nintendo 64 games, but as a game just itself, I was the only one who has like actual playthroughs of it and clips of it and stuff like that, which is pretty nuts. So I'm glad to say that I was the first person to actually ever play Mickey Speedway USA on the channel. So, I mean, at the time, but now somebody else has actually played the game on their channel. But at the time when I was doing the playthrough, I was the only person basically who played through the game on the channel. So I'm kind of glad I was the first person to play it. So. It's a game I really enjoyed. I did really want to do a kart racer game for a long time. I'm glad it was this one, especially with all the hype with the new kart racing games coming out the next couple of weeks and so yeah, and one of them has come out now. So, but yeah, definitely a fun game. I definitely recommend it. Just expect it to be pretty hard when you get to the last cup in the game. Frantic Finale is just a hell of a time, and some of the hardest kart racing tracks I think I have ever played in my freaking life, that's for sure. But yeah, I definitely recommend it if you ever have a chance to play it, either through emulation or if you find an actual cartridge of it. The Nintendo 64, it is worth playing in my opinion. It is basically a modded version of Diddy Kong Racing, but it was released as a brand new game basically, but played more like Mario Kart. And if I had to pick this game for my favorite kart racer, I'd say Diddy Kong was first, then Mickey Speedway, and then probably Mario Kart 64 when it comes onto the Nintendo 64. But that's just my preference on that, basically. So yeah, but very fun game, and my full playthrough is available on TGD Archives in 2 parts. It's also available in the collection section here on Twitch, and as well throughout the month here on the month of May, we still have one more May cast for Let's Play Nights, and we've actually started our second of 3 replays for the season. That's with Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. As of this recording, we have done officially 1 stream of it, and we have started Terra's campaign, and we pretty much are almost done his campaign We are currently now sitting at Neverland. So that's basically the last Disney World for his campaign, and then it's basically just the last hoorah of like boss fights or just whatever. So his story will most likely be completed on the next cast, which the next cast is on the last day of May. So as of May, we will be officially done 2 streams of it, and then we'll probably be starting Ventus' story and try to get as much far as we can in that campaign as well. So yeah, this game I don't expect to be very too long, so it's probably going to be done early June, so maybe 3 or 4 streams at best, but we'll see how much progression goes when it comes to this game. So yeah, but it looks like that will be the goal idea, is to finish it in 3 to 4 streams. So yeah, and you can find my first part of it currently on TGD Archives, and soon to be 2 parts that will be up on there as well, and it's available in a collection section here on Twitch as well. So yeah, so that's what's been going on right now for Let's Play Nights. We did finish 2 games here this month, and we have started one more to end the month, which is nice. So still trying to get through a lot of games this season. I'm trying to get to see if we can get to 170 games. We are currently sitting at 162 right now. If you don't count the replays, which we've done 2 of them, so we have 1 more replay to do after Birth by Sleep, and it's the game everyone voted for, and I can't believe I have to replay it, but it will be replayed at some point. So yeah, but yeah, that will be at some point. I don't know when that will be, but the goal is to play a lot of shorter games, though I can get through a lot of playthrough totals in total. So I want to get to 170 by at least September, so that's kind of the idea. So, but hopefully we can make it by then. So yeah. Moving on, Late Night Beatdowns has been our multiplayer session that we do every Thursday nights here on the channel, and we've had a few streams here. We had a total of 3 Late Night Beatdown streams this month, and our first one we played some Rocket League and some Fortnite. The Fortnite, the reason is because there was the Avengers event that was going on at the time, which I don't believe is happening anymore, but we currently tried that out and did a little bit of playground mode. And to be honest, that was probably my last time I'll probably ever play Fortnite in quite a while, just because, or at least I pick it, whatever, just because I don't really enjoy playing it too much. It will still be on polls, because I know people like voting for it, but I won't ever be picking it as much, just because the last time I played it, I don't know, I just didn't really have much enjoyment playing it, to be honest. So something just came around with me, and just didn't really enjoy playing Fortnite as much like I do in the past. So I don't know why, just I had no interest in really playing it after that cast, so I've not really gone back since then. So, and it seems like a lot of people haven't voted for it since then too, so which is nice. So it's good to see we're getting some newer stuff being played here on the channel. But as for Rocket League, I mean, it's Rocket League. I mean, not really much has been new when it comes to that. At least I don't recall. The only thing that was different is that they had the news announcement that it's now going to be on the Epic Game Store. I still believe that's probably going to be crossplay, just it's no longer going to be on Steam. But if you have the Steam version, it'll still get updated and stuff like that. You just can't buy it after a specific amount of days, basically, until it goes up on the Epic Store. So, but that's really the only thing regarding that. So nothing really much when it comes to that. We also did some Smash Ultimate and some Minecraft, and Minecraft finally made its debut here on the channel. A game I never thought I'd actually ever play in my life when it came to my channel. I have stated in the past that I probably would never play it, but I had gotten a bit of an interest in it since a lot of people in my community have been playing it, and I kind of wanted to try it out for the first time since the last time I played it was back in when it was in beta. That was like in 2009, 10 or something like that. So it's definitely been a long time since I've last ever played it. So, and I will say it's definitely a lot different compared to when it was in the past. It's still the main idea is kind of the same, but it is a lot different than I recall it being since then. They've definitely added a lot more stuff since that time I played it. So, and I had a great time playing it as well. So I'll definitely need to play more of it here on the channel. Because we have a lot of people that have the game and whatnot. So, and since it is cross-play with Switch and Xbox One and the Windows 10 version, definitely will bring more people to be able to play this game with me. So, yeah, make sure to look at more Minecraft stuff here on the channel sometime later this month, or in June, I should say. And then as well, we had 2 more games for Late Night Beatdowns, that being Team Sonic Racing. Yes, another game that made its debut since it has recently released. A new kart racer has come in. It's the new Sonic Racing game. We played that for the very first time, and definitely need to have more people playing it for sure. We don't really have too many people that have it yet, but once people do pick it up, it definitely will be a very more interesting game to play, especially with the whole team mechanic. Because we only really been playing it normally, like you'd play like a solo card basically, where everyone's against themselves and whatnot. And as fun as that is, I think the game does lose a lot of its charm when you don't have the team mechanic basically, because you can't use specials and anything like that. It just becomes basically just a Mario Kart clone after that point, but it takes a little bit more skill when it comes to turning and drifting and whatnot. Even though some of the items do feel kind of overpowered, I feel at times, so it's not as crazy balanced like the first two games were personally, but it's still an enjoyable game for sure. Just definitely, I think it would be more fun if we had more people to play with, so then we can do the team mechanic and whatnot, because I think that's such a cool, unique feature that I wish more other kart racing games could actually do something like that, or something like Double Dash or whatever, but this is just as close. I definitely consider it kind of like Sonic Heroes Racing, basically. That's kind of how I picture this game, basically. But yeah, very fun game regardless, and I'll definitely need to play more of it here in June. And another game we'll definitely be playing a lot more of, and that is BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, because on our last Late Night Beatdowns cast, a few days after the prophecy was predicted by a viewer, we had the release of Teddy from Persona 4 in BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, and he is super duper fun. All the new characters that they added were pretty fun, but I actually had a great time playing this game, and man, I think I've gotten a spark for this game to play it more often now, just because it's so fun to play. It's easy to pick up and play fighter, but it is a hard one to master. But I really enjoy it just because of all those new data mine stuff that's been announced and whatnot. All these characters are potentially going to be coming to the game. Gets me pretty excited. This game could have a pretty ridiculous roster. So, and the fact that there could be more Ruby characters coming to the game too just gets me pretty excited. So definitely it's something that the game definitely needed, and according if this data mine is legit, and which I believe it definitely is, because they do have the sound clips of all the characters that they have name-wise being announced by the announcer. It should make things pretty interesting for this game, which was probably going to get a lot of content as the years go by, but should be fun. So I can't wait to see what's to come for BlazBlue. We'll definitely be playing more of that here on the channel in the next couple of Late Night Beatdown streams, so look forward to that. So yeah, and then as well, we've had Mario Kart Sundays as well. We've been playing a lot of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and at the end of this month, we actually had the start of submissions for a contest that we have currently going on right now, and that's once again the 2019 theme set contest. Yes, we are currently taking submissions right now for the 2019 theme set contest. Can you come up with the next theme set for the theme set roulette? We've had we've had done this 3 times in the past, and we've had 3 awesome theme sets that have come out of this theme set contest, like Coliseum Kart, Lude, and Ladies Night. So very awesome additions to the theme set contest. Fruit Machine. We are currently right now taking submissions for the theme set contest. All this month you'll basically will be able to until the 23rd of June, because the last cast of June for Mario Kart Sundays will be finally participating in our first week of going through all the theme set contest submissions and seeing who becomes the 2019 theme set contest winner. Yeah, so it should be an awesome time. The winner of the contest will win a $10 to $20 game of their choice. That is either on Steam, or for the very first time ever, we will be giving away I guess cash, through PayPal, and you can use that to basically use as funds towards basically anything on the eShop, the PlayStation Network store, or the Xbox Live Marketplace. So anywhere you want to use it, it can go used towards credit towards something for the store there. If you use PayPal to pay for stuff, so that could be used for that basically. So if you would like to pick that as a way to win, more details will come to the winner when that's all basically when they win basically. So I haven't mentioned in the Google Doc the rules when it regards that, just because I don't want like specific people's emails in the Google Doc and whatnot, just so if something happens to the Google Doc, somebody can get into that, and yeah, it could be a bad thing. So the winner, like I'll deal with all that once the winner gets decided and whatnot. So yeah, but that's gonna be sometime in like July or August or whatever when we get the winner basically. So yeah, I think as of right now we currently have currently 10 submissions for the theme set contest of 2019, so that's very awesome. So thank you for those of you who submitted, and just to ready to know that there are rules regarding how you can make theme sets. You can only submit one theme set for the theme set contest, because multiple submissions is not fair, basically, and so you need to come up with one good idea that you think is a great idea, and it can be submitted for the theme set contest submissions. You can also not be theme sets based on somebody or a person, just because it's against Twitch terms of service to poke fun or troll or target somebody and whatnot like that on Twitch, basically, or attacking people, basically. So we just don't allow that altogether, so none of that will be allowed. And also, you cannot be making theme sets based on already custom-made theme sets, so you cannot basically make up theme sets that have already been made. So you can't make up an idea that's already been made. So let's say you make up a theme set that's using the pipe frame with the standard wheels in that, and it's only Nintendo 64 tracks. We already have an idea on that. It's called Classic Heart, and that's basically all the custom, all the retro tracks from a Super Nintendo to 3DS, basically. So there are a list of theme sets that you can look at. There's a Google Doc, or there's a link in the Google Doc that you can click, and you can list all the theme sets that we currently have as of right now on the Fruit Machine. So read through all those, then you can't come up with anything that's anything close to that, basically. So no copying theme sets that have already been customly made. So it has to be a unique idea, and it cannot be something that's like attacking or targeting people or casters or anything like that. So yeah. And also, you can only submit one theme set for the theme set contest as well. So as long as you meet those requirements, all will be good, basically, and that's all I really ask. So once again, theme set submissions are going right now, and you'll have until the 23rd of June of 2019 to basically submit your theme set for the theme set contest of 2019. So yeah. So there we go. So that's what's currently been going on when it comes to Mario Kart Sundays here on the channel. It's been a pretty awesome one. And also, we had our Birthday Bash 8 stream this month in May, and what a great time this stream was. I had a great time going through an Ocarina of Time randomizer. It was a bit of a different take this year for the Birthday Bash. Normally we do the game of choice, and then we do the intermission, and then it's a multiplayer cast. The reason why there was no multiplayer cast this year is because the randomizer was going to take a good long chunk of the cast and to beat, basically. I believe the cast itself as a total, if you count if you count basically the intermission as well, supposedly it was a total of 15 hours of streaming. And if you don't count that, it was a total of 13. So I basically did a 13-hour stream going through Ocarina of Time randomizer. I think I started the game 1 o'clock my time, and I think I beat it around 4 in the morning, basically. That's how long it took to beat the randomizer. But I had a great time regardless. Those of you who were on commentary with me, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. And for those of you who helped look for like where I could find chests and stuff like that, that helped out a lot too. It actually made the experience very more enjoyable than I thought it was going to be. It was actually a very fun one too. Never did a randomizer before. This was actually my first time trying anything randomizer related on the channel. I'm glad it was definitely very well received. So thank you for those of you who helped and came by or just watched, basically. I did appreciate that. And we also did get a bunch of donations and all that stuff during that, and I want to take this time to say thank you very much for that. I do appreciate that. It was not very necessary. You didn't have to do anything like that, but just being here helped the most. But for those of you that did, I appreciate that. Thank you very much for all the bits, the donations, and all of that, all the gift subs or the subs and whatnot during that stream. It was a great fun time. I always look forward to doing the Birthday Bash streams. They're always very fun. 12 hours of hype. This year was I did it 2 days before my actual birthday, so it kind of sucks that my birthday doesn't land in the weekdays for the next couple of years. So that's why we've been doing a few days earlier on a weekend, so then I can actually have more people around for it during, because I know people are definitely busy during the weekdays. So that's why I decided to do it on a weekend a few days before my actual birthday. So but yeah, it was a very fun cast regardless. So I want to take this time to say again, thank you very much for everyone for coming by for it. It was a great time. I had a great time. Thank you for everyone who rated as well and just hosted. It was great. I had a fun time. If you didn't catch my randomizer playthrough of it, it is available on my YouTube channel, my second one that is. It's in 2 parts. The first part actually ends up abruptly just because my actual computer ended up freezing up in the middle of the cast. So I kind of lost some a little bit of progress, but during like the intermission, I made back all my progress, so it was not really too much. It was like probably like 3 rooms in the water temple, and that was really about it. So it wasn't very much lost there. So yeah, so it went pretty smoothly regardless, and it had some very funny moments because of the randomized text and whatnot, and where some of these items were, and the freaking blue rupee will be forever a meme because of this freaking stream. My god. So yeah, so that was what basically was going on here for the month of May. Like I said, it was a very, very, very busy month on the channel, and I should also mention, I didn't put a thing for this, but we also did a Let's React to the Final Fantasy VII remake trailer. That, yes, Final Fantasy VII finally got another trailer for its remake, and I have that available right up on my main YouTube channel. So if you haven't seen that, it's up there, and yeah, I look forward to it, since I need to definitely play the original FF7 before I ever get to the remake. But I have a feeling the remake's first part or first episode will be coming out sooner than I expect. So I actually didn't think it was going to be coming out anytime soon. I thought we'd be waiting for like PlayStation 5 days in order for this game. But after that first trailer, I'm pretty certain it's probably not too far off. But we'll probably get more information about that in June. So, but yeah, my reaction for that is on there. Go check that out if you have not done so. So, yeah. And now, moving on to this month's plans. We have a lot to discuss when it comes to this. So let's talk about this month and what we got coming up here for the month of June. So in June, we are going to be continuing more Persona 3 Fez here on the channel for Let's Play nights. We could be done at the end of this month or early July. It's going to be one of those two for sure. But we'll see. But we're going to definitely make a lot of progress. We're currently sitting right now. Our next cast of this game will be at day number 13. So I'm going to predict it's going to be around 18 streams maybe. So we could be done in June. We could be done early July. But we'll see. We'll see exactly. Birth by Sleep replay will be after this Friday coming up. We'll be sitting at 2 streams. And I think we'll probably need either 1 or 2 more streams for that game, just because it's not a very long Kingdom Hearts game, and we can definitely smack it out in about 3 or 4 streams at best, since we are going to go for the true end, or not the true ending. I guess technically it is the secret ending, I guess is what you want to call it, and the bonus episode, which requires you to get all the stickers for every character, and this specific things you have to do in the Mirage Arena in order to get Zane or reports, basically. So definitely need to get all of that, and then yeah, so it shouldn't really take too long, especially with how fast the PlayStation 4 version of the game loads. Yeah, it makes the games go really, really faster, I will say. So not a lot of time needs to be kept or be had when it comes to playing through it, so which is nice. So I'm glad I'm playing the game on the PlayStation 4 re-release, just because, man, load times are just beautiful when it comes to that. So yeah, so look forward to probably that being finished, and then we'll probably be moving on to our next main new playthroughs for the season here in June. So, and like I said, we're going to be trying to tackle a lot of shorter games right now, just because with Persona 3 taking up a lot of time, we definitely need to get through a lot more games since I want to get through game number 170 by the end of September. That is my goal, so we're gonna have to see if we can actually do it. So I hope we can. So yeah. For late night beatdowns, we'll definitely be doing some late night beatdown streams here on the cast, and there also will be a new game coming to late night beatdowns this month with the release of the remake of Crash Team Racing. We will be introducing Crash Team Racing as a late night beatdown stream game here on the channel. Probably during the week it is coming out. I have been given I made a poll regarding what version of the game I should be getting, and the majority of you have voted for the Switch version. So I will be definitely picking up the Switch version of Crash Team Racing. So if you are interested in the game, make sure to get that version, because that'll be the version I will be getting. I'm not sure if I'll get the PlayStation 4 version anytime soon after the Switch version, but I know a majority of the people who I know have the Switch version, or have the Switch in general over a PS4, or they have the Switch online and not the PlayStation 4 online. So that is the reason for that. So I will be getting that just due to high popular demand voted by the viewers through a poll. So that's why I'm going to be getting the Switch version when it comes out later this month. So it is going to be a game that it was going to be introduced for that. There was also going to be a second game, but due to yesterday's news and announcements regarding it, I have decided to hold off on my purchase of it, and that game is Super Mario Maker 2. When they did announce during the Direct that there was going to be multiplayer, I was very excited, but it has come out to terms that the multiplayer is randomized, so you cannot play with your friends, and you can only play against random. So basically it makes it feel like it's worthless and pointless to even have multiplayer in the game, and it's kind of really bummed me out for even wanting to play it now. So I will not be purchasing Mario Maker for the next couple of months until something does happen, if not, because I got the first Mario Maker, I played a little bit of it, but I kind of lost interest in it after like a few streams, basically, after trying it. So, and I thought maybe the multiplayer could make things a little more interesting, but unfortunately, since it is random based, unfortunately, I have no interest in it. Just at that point, if you're gonna add multiplayer, go all out on it. If you're just gonna half-ass it and make it all against random players, then I don't see really the purpose of adding online, but that's just me. But hopefully there's a lot of outcry for it that Nintendo actually makes a patch at some point where you can actually sync up with your friends. But from what they've been saying in the article regarding the whole multiplayer stuff, how it's going to affect leaderboards and such, I'm going to probably assume it's never happening, so, which is a bit damn shame too, because I was really wanted to give Mario Maker another chance just because of the multiplayer mode, but because that's not going to be happening anytime soon, it's kind of lost my interest of getting it, which is too bad. So, but maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe at some point after I say this, they're gonna add it as a patch after the game has been out for a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll come back in like October or September, October, to see if they even make some adjustment or add-on to it. Because if they do, that would be nice. But I don't have really too much expectations when it comes to that, because this is Nintendo after all, and they don't. They don't really like to doing the whole online thing, even though they have an online service, which is also very questionable. So, but we'll see. Maybe the video game gods will be on my side, and they'll actually end up adding a friend lobby kind of thing for the multiplayer. But we'll see. And then Mario Kart Sundays, we'll also be playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe together as well. Still getting submissions for the theme set contest 2019, and we'll also be starting playing through the submissions for the theme set contest on the last cast of June of 2019 for Mario Kart Sundays. So look forward to that, as it should be a fun time. And also another announcement here. Yes, we will be here doing Let's Reacts. Yes, for E3, because this month it's E3 month, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be doing some Let's React streams to E3 of 2019. That's right. So here is the schedule. It's official now. From June 9th to 11th of 2019, we'll be doing live reactions to the E3 press conferences that will be happening. We'll be doing the Microsoft one, Sunday, June 9, 2019, at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll have the Bethesda one on Sunday, June 9th, 2019, at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Ubisoft will be coming to you live here on June 10th, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Square Enix, which is one I'm looking forward to now after what has been announced recently, will be coming to you here on Monday, June 10th, 2019 at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And there's no Sony, because Sony's not coming this year to E3, so that's why there's no Sony there. And then the one I'm looking very forward to is on Tuesday morning, bright and early, ladies and gentlemen, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. We'll be here with Nintendo Direct for E3 of 2019. So that's going to be my plans when it comes to live reactions to E3 2019. If you're asking if we'll be doing any calls as well, yes, we will be doing live calls. And I think we'll probably do them for every single one of them this year, actually. Yes, this time I'm officially going to be doing live calls for all of the conferences this year. Not just the big ones, because just because two of the three are showing up this year, I figured, you know what, since there's not as many of them this year, we'll definitely do more live calls with people. So if you'd like to participate with me doing live calls during Let's Reacts of the E3 2019 conferences, come on by, as we'll definitely be doing that then. So it should be a fun time. So I'm looking forward to E3. It should be a great time. I always love doing the live reactions to E3 in general, so look forward to doing some E3 coverage here on the channel. It's always something I really enjoy doing, so it should be fun, and I look forward to watching E3 with you guys if you plan on watching it with me and whatnot. So yeah. So yeah, so there you go. That's what's basically going to be happening for the month of June. So that's basically our plan. So it should be an interesting month for June. And yeah, but how and when will all this stuff happen? Well, we're going to talk about that right now with the 2019 June schedule. So let's dive into that real quickly here. You can read the schedule any point in time if you want over on my Twitch channel. It's over at twitch.tv/animantbd/events, and it has all my upcoming streams on there, so then you know when I'll be streaming here on Twitch. Alright, just kind of quickly take a quick sip there. Was getting kind of thirsty there, so yeah. But anyway, here is going to be our schedule for the month of June. We'll skip down all the way down here because that's when June begins. Our first stream of June of 2019 comes on Saturday, June 1st, and we'll be here with Let's Play Nights continuing Persona 3 Fez, and this will be day number 13 of our playthrough of that, so we'll be continuing more of that then on that stream. Mario Kart Sundays, the first Mario Kart stream of June, will be coming to you live June 2nd, and should be with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as always, unless I have other plans, but I don't, so it's going to be only Mario Kart 8 Deluxe then. June 6th, we'll be here with Late Night Beatdowns, so we'll be doing some multiplayer then. June 7th, starting at actually 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Central. We'll be here with day number 3 of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep replay. Yes, I'm going to be starting an hour earlier there because I have to do stuff the next day early in the morning and all afternoon basically. So there's a reason why we're doing an earlier stream on this day basically. So just to let everybody know ahead of time, there will be an earlier start stream on that day exactly. So don't make it as a surprise. It's to be expected. So it does say it right there, in fact, too. So I am going to be doing an earlier stream then, just because I have IRL stuff to attend to the next day early in the day. So that's why. So because of that, there will be a stream the next day on June 8th, but it will be an 8:30 p.m. Pacific or 8:30 p.m. Mountain start, which is 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 8:30 p.m. Mountain, 9:30 p.m. Central, and 10:30 p.m. Eastern. And that'll be with more Persona 3 Fez. That'll be day 14 of our playthrough then. And then E3 begins the next day. We'll have 2 conferences. We'll have our Microsoft press conference live reactions. Then we'll have our live reactions to the Bethesda conference right after. And a few hours after that, actually. And then an hour after this stream, hopefully we can line it up on time. We'll do a Mario Kart Sunday stream right after the Bethesda one. So, and I'll be coming to you live here June 9th. Hopefully 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. So that's when we'll try to start doing our Mario Kart cast then. Hopefully we can line it all up then. Hopefully Bethesda's conference doesn't go as long as it was last year. So hopefully we can line that all up and that'll be awesome. Let's React on June 10th. We'll be having 2 of them. The first one being the Ubisoft conference, which happens in the afternoon. Then we'll have the Square Enix one later in the night. So that's when we can expect then. June 11th, we'll be here with the Nintendo Direct live reaction. And I know this one's going to be pretty darn busy because a lot of people like watching the Nintendo one with me. So look forward to that one. That's the one I'm looking most forward to. So it should be a good one. So yeah. Late Night Beatdowns will be coming to you live for June 13th. So here's some more Late Night Beatdowns multiplayer stuff. That's what we'll be doing then. June 14th, which could be Birth by Sleep Day 4, or we might be starting something new, so not sure yet. Stay tuned for more on that. June 15th, that will be with more Persona 3 Fez. June 16th, we'll be here with Mario Kart Sundays. June 20th, we'll be here with Late Night Beatdowns. June 21st, with the Let's Play Nights cast of To Be Determined. June 22nd, Let's Play Nights with more Persona 3 Fez. Mario Kart Sundays, June 23rd. June 27th, Late Night Beatdowns. June 28th, we're going to be here with a To Be Determined game for Let's Play Nights. June 29th, with more Persona 3 Fez. June 30th, with Mario Kart Sundays. And then July 1st, on Canada Day, we'll be here with the Monthly Beadown Podcast. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening then. This could be a different time change too. I could be doing it earlier in the day, so that might not be official time there, but stay tuned. But there will be a Monthly Beatdown Podcast on the 1st of July on Canada Day. So just for the July 2019 channel update. So that's what you can expect that basically to happen. So yeah, so basically that's going to be this schedule for the month of June of 2019. Pretty good schedule, I would say. If anything changes, I'll let me know on my social media or Discord. If you have any questions regarding the schedule as well, I'll feel free to answer them on the comment section on the video if you watch this on YouTube. If you watch this on the chat, I'll answer it in Discord and all that stuff, or just in a future stream. I'll gladly answer your questions regarding it if you need anything to be answered, which I don't know why you would, but yeah. So there you go. That's going to be our schedule for the month of June. So yeah, very, very cool month. So there we go. Now, moving on to the next segment here is the stuff I bought or got section. Alright, so I will talk about the stuff I got personally, and I only got one thing, and we've already played it on the channel before, and that's with Team Sonic Racing for Nintendo Switch. We have done a cast of this already on Late Night Beatdowns. Yeah, that's the only game I really got this month, basically, that I bought at least. So, very fun game. Definitely going to be playing it more often here on the channel for sure. On our Late Night Beatdown streams, should be a fun one to play. Had a great time playing it. Just again, we just need more people. I need to find more people to play it with, basically. I have the Switch version, but thankfully I found out that it is the best version of the game right now, so that is good. So I'm glad I picked the correct version of the game. So fantastic. I got 2 gifted games during the month as well, during the birthday stream. The first one was A Hat in Time for Steam. Now, I've already did a playthrough of A Hat in Time last season during the the Empty Wallathon Marathon. It was our last game, and I played the game on the PlayStation 4 version of the game. But now I own the Steam version, which thank you to Grady Dose for the gifting of that on Steam. I appreciate that. If I ever do get a better PC, I'm definitely going to make sure to try that out for sure at some point. So it is something I'll definitely check out for sure. So look forward to that if I ever do. And maybe it will be a replay of it at some point. But because I believe there is new content for the game as well. I believe there's also multiplayer on that version as well. I don't know if it's on the console version. Probably not, because it seems like they get the PC version definitely gets the more love and support. So it makes sense because it was released on there first over the consoles. So yeah, definitely would like to check out that version when I can. And also, I was also gifted Minecraft on Nintendo Switch. Thank you to Billy for that. It was actually gifted during the birthday bash stream. He actually provided me a code for the game so that I was able to download it onto my Nintendo Switch. And we have done a cast of that as well, and I'll definitely be doing more Minecraft streams for Late Night Beatdowns for sure. It's definitely one of those kind of games for that stream, especially when you have more people who play with you. It definitely would be an interesting game to try to get into. Like I said earlier, it was definitely a game I was never really too big into playing. Never thought I was going to ever play it on the channel, but just because of a lot of viewer interest, I just got myself interested in trying it out again. The reason I decided playing some Minecraft on the channel. So yeah. But yeah, so thank you very much for the gifts or just the donations there for those 2 games in particular. So I'll definitely need to try them out at some point on my own time here, or if I get a PC or whatever. So that's basically that. So yeah, so thank you for those stuff I was gifted. I do appreciate that. Alright, so we're going to be moving on to our next segment here. It is the highlight of the month. So with May out of the way, we now have some pretty good highlights to pick from. There was some pretty good stuff that came in the highlights this month, from when it came to Let's Play nights, Mario Kart, Late Night Beatdowns, or hell, even the Birthday Bash stream. And this is where our highlight comes from for this month, coming to you from the Birthday Bash stream during the Ocarina of Time randomizer. It was a little bit of a reaction on my part regarding a specific item that I kept getting in specific item chests, and oh boy, did I have a freak out regarding it, because they constantly kept showing up and whatnot. Now, this wasn't the entire thing, this is only like the one part in particular where I went nuts over it, but if I did have a montage of it, there would be much more of it. It'd probably be a longer video too, probably like around 30 minutes at best, I would say. Maybe less than that, probably 20 to 30 minutes at best. So, but here is our highlight of the month for May of 2019, and it is called The Legend of the Rupee. The Blue Rupee, in fact.
I might buy Hughes. I might buy Jack Hughes jersey. Yeah, that would be great, right, App?
There might be one here, if I remember. Yeah, here we go. Okay, please have a chest under here. Yes, okay, here's a chest. Okay. Let's see what it is.
Oh.
Oh, look, it's another blue ruby!
Oh, they can't.
Happy birthday, Andy! Another
What
blue
is it gonna
ruby.
take to get something good? Jesus.
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight!
Can't escape some blue rupee fate. Crossing rupees. Oh. I know where another hole is, so I'm gonna go to it.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus
I agree,
Christ,
man.
help.
Hold.
What's up, Cougar? How you doing, man? Thank you very much.
I didn't think there were this many blue rupees in the game.
I know, right? It's ridiculous how many blue rupees there are.
It's like,
Holy, I can't even with this.
Where the fuck is this thing?
Okay, is this a blue rupee now? Tell me this is a blue rupee. Here it comes. I can't wait. Here it comes.
Blue ruby.
Oh my god!
Another blue ruby! Isn't it great?
So,
Andy's
yeah,
broken,
you're
guys.
some more
blue
Andy's
rubies.
broken.
this is gonna be a highlight, right?
And there goes Sonic.
All the blue rupees.
Oh
my god, Sonic's getting his ass kicked. Ratchet,
You're
don't
blue.
look.
The
You know
rupees
what?
blue.
Let's
You must
look.
die.
Look, you must stare at this.
Holy man! What is with all the blue fucking
Andy,
rupees?
you're blue.
Blue.
The,
He's galore.
Sonic's blue. The rupees are blue. Sonic, you must die.
Oh.
Yep.
God almighty.
You know what? I'm gonna punch my pillow just because. There we go.
I don't know. Oh my god, I don't think I will ever look at a blue rupee the same ever again. Thanks, Ocarina of Time Randomizer. But yes, there you go, guys. That's our highlight of the month for May of 2019. Came from the Birthday Bash stream during the Ocarina of Time Randomizer. Yeah, let's just say I found so many chests with a blue rupee in it, so my RNG was great. I'll just say that. So that wasn't all of the blue rupees I ever gotten in that game when it came to chests. There was a lot more, but it was at that point where I was just like, man, I was at the point where I kept realizing that I was getting so many blue rupees from chests than like good items or like heart containers or anything like that. It was a lot of blue rupees, and I've come to terms that I've never thought I'd see a lot of blue rupee chests in Ocarina of Time before. That blew my mind for how many blue rupee chests there were in the game. So Ocarina of Time definitely has a lot of those. I'll just say that much. But yeah, so there you go, guys. That's our highlight of the month for June of May of 2019. But I guess June 2019 channel update. So yeah, but it comes from the month of May of streaming. So yeah. All right, so a little channel update. Nothing too major here today. There's nothing like chat-wise, nothing channel-wise, anything like that. Just in the background-wise. You know who's gonna come back for this month? He's a fan favorite. His name is Bernie. Yes, because weather has picked up here. It's getting hot as hell, and you know what? I think it's time to bring Bernie back. He did make it a slight appearance during the last Persona stream, but I think he'll be coming back sometime in June for sure. Maybe this weekend? We'll see, but yes, he may be coming back. Could come back on Friday maybe, but maybe June 1st he'll make his return. So for the summer, because it is that time of the year, it is getting warm, and he is the biggest fan, and yeah, I think he'll come back. He's the most over person on the channel. I think he's more well received than me personally. But to be fair, that doesn't take too much personally. But yes, yeah, Bernie will be back. He will be in the background as always, and yeah, he is the biggest fanboy. So yeah. So yeah, so there you go. That's it basically. There's not really much else to really talk about for this month for the channel wise. I've already talked about E3, and that was basically another announcement, but I've already talked about that. But this was just a little minor update, just Bernie's coming back. Hooray! Be excited for Bernie's return. That's really all you need to know. So, yeah. Alright, so moving on now to our next segment, and that is the Caster of the Month. That's right. So, what is this segment? So, every month here on the Monthly Beatdown Podcast, I like to give a shout out to a caster that either I like or I feel like somebody deserves to be given a nomination for. And last month, for our channel update of May, our May Caster of the Month went to Axial Matt, who has recently returned to casting. Yes, the same Axial Matt that is a part of Achievement Hunter, or you may know him as Matt Bragg. And he was our previous Caster of the Month here for the channel for May of 2019. So go check him out if you have not done so. He was very, very, very. He's a very awesome dude. He was who got me into live streaming, and he does a lot of variety stuff there on his stream. So, but now we're gonna be moving on for June of 2019, and it's a certain somebody who you all have seen before in the channel. They are a fellow mod here in the channel, and some might say that they are a cool cat.
I didn't know that would happen to me. I was trying to shoot the ice cream truck. Oops.
I guess I had that coming though.
Oh my god, Rip Kippy got mistaken for a ice cream truck. Rest in peace. But alright guys, so there you go. Our cast of the month goes to Chrissy Cool Cat. She's a mod here at the channel, but she's also been picking up her live streaming since I believe she just recently got a laptop. And right now she's been doing a lot of Pokemon randomizer stuff on her channel, or just Pokemon and stuff in general. And she's currently doing a randomizer stuff on her channel for, I think it was like Ruby or Sapphire. I can't remember which game in particular it is, but that's what she's currently doing right now. She's done Fortnite in the past. She's done some console streaming before, like I think Smash Ultimate she's done before, and some other stuff too. So go check her out over at twitch.tv/ChrissyCoolCat. Tell her I sent you. Tell her that you're new to her channel and you've never been there before, because it's funny. But yeah, so there you go. Go follow her if you have not done so. We'll make sure to make a notification on the Discord server and Twitter regarding that. So yeah. But alright, moving on now to our final segment for the Monthly Beatdown Podcast for the month, and it is our Q&A session. That's right. So every month I like to do a Q&A session where you guys send me questions through the chat or using the command here, !Ask Andy, and you can provide you a link right here. It's also in the description down below if you watch this on YouTube. If you have a future question you'd like to ask me, consider filling out the form here. You can put your Twitch name, you can put your anonymous if you want, and then you put your question, and I'll try to answer for the best of my abilities. So yeah, and we currently got 7 questions here today. We got a lot of questions to start off today, which is nice. Actually, we've had a few of them sitting in here for a few days, actually, back in like April, in fact. So that's pretty nuts. So yeah, so we got a lot of questions that we can read over here for today. So without further ado, let's not waste any time and let's dive into our Q&A session for June of 2019 edition of the Monthly Beatdown Podcast. So our first question comes from Supermune2099, and his question is there any games you're looking forward to seeing at E3? Yes, there is. Let's talk about that real quickly, because I don't have a list on me right now, but I can come up with a few games I'm looking forward to. Now, not every game I'm about to say here may show up. I'm just thinking they might pop up here. But I can't say for sure if they will, as I don't have the power of telling if these games will ever show up. But these are the games I'm thinking will pop up during E3, and I hope will pop up, and then what I'm looking forward to, and hopefully they do show up, basically. So, to start off with, I think my number one most hyped game to see at E3, probably, honest to God, would have to be I'm gonna go out and say is probably the Smash DLC. That's probably my most number one thing I'm looking very forward to. I don't know if you count that as a game, but it's an add-on for a game basically that's already out. But they like to do stuff like that for stuff, and that's one of the things I'm looking forward to most to seeing who and what is getting announced for Smash Ultimate, because it's always exciting seeing some new characters getting added to Smash Brothers. And I think for the most of anything from the Nintendo side of things, I mean, there's a lot of stuff to look forward to when it comes to Nintendo, but I think the Smash stuff is definitely the most hyped thing they always have and always provide when it comes to these directs and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to seeing who it is, if we even get a Smash announcement, but I would have to think we are for sure. There's no way they wouldn't do a DLC announcement during E3, so who that would be, I have no idea, but I'm hoping for a blade wielding swordsman. He would be an awesome choice, even though the internet thinks he's gotten deconfirmed because the original producer of the series went to I got answered the question if he was to a high school student, and so everyone thinks that's just gonna be, oh, that definitely confirms it. So I'm just gonna say doubt to that, because there's a little thing called a clause that you can't probably say if they are or not, so you have to like lie to make sure. Because if you guys don't know, when Bayonetta was wanting to be in, or wasn't in Smash yet, and one of the people kept asking the creator of Bayonetta if will she ever make it in, the creator said no, that will never happen. And what happened? Bayonetta made it in. So you can't believe everybody on the internet. So and another person I hope would be Banjo-Kazooie. That's who I am. Those are the two people I am most looking forward to seeing if they do make it in as DLC. And now I think E3 would be the perfect time for those two characters. One for Banjo, just because, well, Microsoft's there, and it would be a sweet idea if there's like a cross announcement on either Nintendo's Direct or at Microsoft's conference. I think it would be kind of neat, regardless of where they do that. And then Sora, well, I mean, I don't expect him anytime soon, because I think he'd be the last character you add, but just because Kingdom Hearts 3 just came out back in January, and I don't think they've had enough time to really say, okay, we're going to add him, we would like him in the game, or we'll put him in the game to get the A-OK from everybody for that. So if he was to be added, I don't think he'd be next. I think he'd be the last character in particular to be added, but that's just me personally. But a lot of people do think he is probably one of the next characters, so hey, if he does come sooner, sweet, I'm hyped for that, but I don't expect him anytime soon until the last character. But if it's not any of those two characters, I don't know who it could be, but it's definitely going to be a big name. I don't expect anybody Nintendo character related to be added as DLC at this point. I think anybody who's coming in as DLC is all third party, because I don't know who you would add for like Nintendo prop. I mean, there's a couple characters I would think, but I think they want to make the DLC as hyped as possible, so it's going to be a lot of third party characters that are going to be added as DLC for the remainder of it. And we have 4 character slots left, so that's still a lot of characters. So I look forward to seeing who or what it may be. So my expectations are pretty low for who I want them to be, but if they are who I want, then this chair might be flipped. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, for game-wise, I'm hoping Bayonetta 3 shows up. That's the one game from Nintendo's side I'm super duper looking forward to seeing, because I love the first 2 games, and I think the third game is going to be just as good. I don't know if it'll show up at all, but I would like it to. But if it does show up for like a little teaser, sweet. But again, it's probably not what I'm expecting to be there for them, just because Platinum's got that Astral Chain game that's coming out later this year, and for the Switch as well. And they're probably going to be mainly focusing on that over Bayonetta 3, but we'll see exactly if that ever does. If it does show up, cool, but I'm not expecting too much on that. Animal Crossing, I guess I could say, is another game I'm looking forward to, just because it's another fun multiplayer game that I look forward to, and I really like New Leaf a lot, and I think I'll probably spend a lot of time on this game. Not as much as that Caster Lady would or whatever, but I'll definitely play it a lot on my channel, especially when it comes out, like the week it does come out. I'll probably be dedicating a week towards it, just because I think everybody will be playing that game when it comes out, so I figured I'd probably provide a week towards it or something like that, kind of like I did with Smash Bros, for example. So I look forward to seeing more of that. Luigi's Mansion is something I have on my radar, but nothing too excitement for. I mean, it's not anything going to be like it's going to seem like it's going to be more like based around the second game, but it's in it's in Tartarus basically. So, but we'll see. It's definitely not something I'm like super amazingly hyped for, but we'll see. Pokemon Sword and Shield, I believe, is getting a direct before E3, so that is getting thrown off the table. But I'm still looking forward to seeing it during that direct they have it on, which I believe is on the Thursday before E3 starts. Like the Thursday, a couple days before E3 begins. So, but yeah, I look forward to seeing what details that the show about Pokemon Sword and Shield. I'm excited because it's a Pokemon game on the consoles, and we haven't ever had one of those before. So I look forward to that. So yeah, and I don't know what else there really is to be too amazingly excited for right now. Oh, but then there's the Legend of Zelda remake, which again, it's a game I've not played before, but I look forward to seeing more on that. I would like to predict like stuff I'd like to be announced. But if there's one thing I'd like to see them get announced at E3 during Nintendo's conference, is definitely Pikmin 4. That's really all I want. Just give me Pikmin 4, and I think Nintendo will have a good show. That's really all I ask out of. That's all I ask for when it comes to Nintendo. I don't expect anything Mario Kart related because I think their focus right now is the mobile game, Mario Kart World Tour or Mario Kart Tour or whatever it's called. So I don't expect Mario Kart getting a new installment just yet. Maybe not this year, maybe next year or the year after, because I don't see it anytime soon just yet. So, but that's kind of what I'm expecting to see when it comes to Nintendo's side. Square Enix. This is the conference that I've gotten a little more interested in. For one, well, we're most certainly getting Final Fantasy VII Remake again here at this conference. The trailer says in June, and where else in June would you announce it? Like, where else would you even announce it? If you think it's like, oh, just gonna show it on a random Friday. No, man, it's gonna show up at E3. It's totally showing up at E3. So it's gonna show up at that conference for sure. Another one is definitely that Avengers game. They have announced that the Avengers game is gonna be showcased for the very first time at the Square Enix conference. So, oh boy, that's a game that's been in development for quite some time, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that's gonna play and whatnot. So I look forward to seeing that. Hopefully we get some news and announcements about the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC. I believe the Kingdom Hearts orchestra concert is happening during the exact same time. So I would have to think we're getting DLC announcements or something, or at least a trailer for an upcoming DLC pack. So that's what I'm thinking we're probably going to get that at. So there's some stuff I'm looking forward to this year when it comes to Square. Not like last year, it was just like it was one thing and then that was it. So yeah, that's really all I'm looking forward to when it comes to that. So are those three things in particular. So yeah, and wow, nice. That guy deserved to get the ban. I was seconds away from banning that guy too. I was like this close from doing it too. So yeah, but anyway, so thank you mods in the chat for getting him. I was just seconds away from doing it too. But yeah, so that's basically what I'm looking forward to when it comes to Square's side of things. Microsoft, probably Halo Infinite. So yeah, that's definitely the one game I probably am looking forward to because I'm a Halo fan. So I kind of want to see Halo be better, and I think Infinite has a good chance of being possibly good. I don't know. Probably not. 5 was really bad, so I have a little high expectation for that game to be pretty good. But we'll see. Hopefully ends up being interesting, and hopefully it's an actual good game, and hopefully it goes back to the old school route. But we'll see. The Cuphead DLC, yeah, that was actually announced last year. I love me some Cuphead, so I want to see more of it. So hopefully we get at least a trailer of gameplay of the new DLC that's coming for Cuphead, which I think is going to come out first on Xbox. They didn't say for sure if it's coming on Switch or Switch at the same time, but I'm thinking it's probably going to be a Microsoft or Xbox and PC first, but we'll see. But that's one thing I would like to see. I'm excited to see. Other than that, I'm trying to think. Other than that, I don't really know, honestly. That's kind of really it, to be honest with you. Those are like the only things I can say right now, as of this recording, that I'm really super duper excited for as of right now. But that's really it, to be honest. Yeah, so if anything does come up when the weeks leading up to E3, then maybe. But as of right now, that's really it, to be honest, because not really. Pretty much everything is really out that I want. But with Sony not being there, it doesn't really help too much, honestly. Because I would have said Last of Us 2. I would have said what's that other game? That one game they announced that was made by that's being made by Remedy. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that came at oh yeah, and I guess Death Stranding as well. Yeah, but that's also got a trailer already, right? So that stuff came out today, so that's kind of off the table right now. So yeah, but like I said, without Sony there's not really too much to be like, holy crap, excited for right now. So, but as of right now, that's where I'm currently sitting at when it comes to excitement for stuff. When it comes to E3, but we'll see if there's anything that's coming. Yeah, in the next couple of days that will get announced that will probably show up at E3. So, but right now, those are what I'm looking forward to when it comes to E3. So, yeah. So, thank you for the question. I appreciate that. That was a long answer for that one, but those things in particular I mentioned is probably what I'm looking forward to the most personally. So, yeah. Next question is from Zach Attack, and he says, "If you had a choice to replay any game you've played before, which ones would you pick?" All right, that's a good question, actually. I've mentioned this before. Definitely one of them for sure would be Banjo-Tooie, just because we've already replayed Banjo-Kazooie. I definitely want to replay Banjo-Tooie again at some point on my main channel. I have played it on like marathons and stuff before, but I've not replayed it on my channel in particularly. So Banjo-Tooie is definitely one of those games in particular. Diddy Kong Racing is also another one. I love Diddy Kong Racing with a passion, so it's been a long time since I've actually gone through the campaign. Yeah, so I look forward to playing that again. I would like to replay that again. What's another game I'd like to replay? Red Dead 1, actually. Red Dead Redemption 1 is another one I would like to replay. I think it deserves a bit of a replay. Especially since after we replayed Red Dead Redemption 2, which was a phenomenal game. I really enjoyed that game. Would definitely like to replay that at some point. It's not as long as Red Dead 2, but I would like to replay it with the Undead Nightmare DLC again. Because yeah, I think that game is really awesome, and I think I would love to replay it again, just because it takes place after Red Dead 2, so it makes the most sense to line it all up with that. I'm trying to think what else I'd like to replay. I kind of replayed all the Sonic games. Well, you know, I'm gonna sound silly for saying this, but you know, I know what I want to replay. It's a shitty game, but I want to replay it. Sonic 06. I might be crazy saying that, but I actually really do. For some reason, I actually kind of want to replay Sonic 06 again. I've been watching people speedrun it and playing it recently. It's like, man, I wouldn't mind replaying that again on the channel. It wouldn't be 24 hours again. No. It's not, I wouldn't do it 24 hours again. I'd take my time playing through that. I wouldn't go 24 hours again. That's a little too crazy. But I just take my time playing through it because that's a game I think that kind of deserves one at this point. Because keep in mind, last time I played that was probably 2012 or something like that. So it's been quite a while. And I don't know. I have a love. Hold on. How do I say this? I have a guilty pleasure for the game personally. I think the game sucks. Don't get me wrong. I think it's one of the worst things that's ever been created. But that's why I like it, because it's so bad it's good, kind of thing, right? It's like the Room of video games. It's the Room of Sonic the Hedgehog. It's so bad that it's kind of good at times. It's what to never do for Sonic the Hedgehog, but I just like breaking the game and glitching it. That's just where I get a lot of satisfaction out of it, especially with the Sonic campaign. But yeah, I mean, I would totally replay that again, just for the hell of it. And honestly, if I was to replay it, I might pick up the PS3 copy and replay it on there instead, because when I last played it, I actually played it on the 360 version of the game, which is the better running version of the game, which isn't saying much, but I wouldn't mind replaying it on the PS3 version of the game, which is the worst version of the game. So, yeah. Who hurt me? The people that voted for Dokapon Kingdom. Which, ironically, because of Sonic 06, I had to play Dokapon Kingdom. I've told that story before. But yeah. I'm trying to think what other game I would like to replay. Oh! I know. Any of the other Zelda games that's not Ocarina of Time. So, like, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess. Those games in particular I wouldn't mind replaying again. Especially probably Wind Waker and Majora's Mask in particular. I think those are due for some replays. For sure, especially Majora's Mask I think is due for one, because I've only played that game one time in my life, actually. So I think that's due for a bit of a replay. Breath of the Wild? No, not yet. Breath of the Wild is still too early to do a replay for. Just because I did I pretty much did almost everything well, not everything you could do. I did all the shrines in the game when I did play through that, so definitely not that game, not yet. Need a few more years when it comes to that. Same thing as Persona 4. I definitely need a few more years before I ever dive through any of the other Persona games. Like Persona 4 Golden. I kind of want to play through the other spin-offs and stuff like that before I replay any of the Persona games. So I want to play through the fighting game. I want to play through Q. I want to play through the dancing games. I want to play through Persona 5 The Royale. So I want to play all of these before I ever replay another Persona game. Just because if I keep replaying Persona 4, we'll never make any progress on games being played here. So, yeah. Metal Gear 3 would be another good one. I wouldn't mind replaying that again because it's my personal favorite Metal Gear game from all the ones I've played. I would love to do a replay of. Assassin's Creed 2. Any of the Ezio games I wouldn't mind replaying again. Those would be fun to replay here on the channel because they are the best Assassin's Creed games, and you don't need to play any of the other ones besides those three. That's just my opinion on that. So, and other than that, I'm trying to think, what else could we replay? Maybe LA Noire. LA Noire would be kind of nice to replay. It's been a while since I played. It has been a while since I last played that. So, GTA 5 could go on there as well. Let's see, what else could I do? I don't know, honestly. Actually, don't know. I kind of don't know, honestly. But those in particular, from what I've mentioned, are probably the ones I would like to see be replayed. Or if I chose to replay them, those are the ones for sure. Kind of don't want to do anything Kingdom Hearts related for a while, just because I feel like I'm in peace after 3 came out, and after I played through that, so I don't need to play any of the Kingdom Hearts games for a little while still. So, Superstar Saga? Maybe, actually. Yeah. Oh, actually, I'll add Superstar Saga, and actually, I'll add Super Paper Mario as well. Super Paper Mario could be replayed. I think that game kind of should get a replay. We did replay Paper Mario 64 and Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. So I wouldn't mind replaying Super Paper Mario on the channel, because I think it deserves it. So, yeah. Superstar Saga for sure. That I wouldn't mind replaying that, especially the original version of it. Not the remake, just because... I mean, I could replay the remake, just... I don't know how well it would run on Citra, that's the thing. So, since I can't 3DS capture it, so, yeah. Other than that, I think that's all I can think of right now that I would like to see be replayed. So those games in particular, I wouldn't mind replaying at some point, so, yeah. So, yeah, that's my answer when it comes to this. Anything I just mentioned would be the games I would like to see be replayed at some point on my channel, so, yeah. So thank you for the questions there, I appreciate that. Next question is from None the Artist. He says, "Why are you such a nerd? What inspired you?" Wow, artist, please. I don't know. The answer is, why aren't you the nerd? And what inspired me? I don't know. I just like geeky culture shit. I don't know. I don't really have an answer for that. So, yeah, it's like, why do you like pizza? I don't know, because it tastes good. Why do you like music? I don't know, because it sounds good. Why do you like video games? Because they're fun to play. I can't answer that for you. It's something I just enjoy. I don't know. That's really all I can really say when it comes to that. Nothing really inspired me. I just was interested. I was just interested in it. That's really it. Why do people like anime? Because they like it, right? So I can't really answer that. It's really kind of a hard answer to really give. I don't know what really inspired me. I played a video game one time. I thought it was cool, and I got into gaming. That's really it. Or I don't know. So yeah. That's really all I can really say for that. So so thank you for the question there. I appreciate that. Next question from Agent. He says, will you ever play Metroid Prime? Ooh. Yeah, I would like to play Metroid Prime at some point. I'm really hoping that the Metroid Prime collection for Switch is legit, because I would love to definitely play through those games for sure. I've only played through Super Metroid on the channel. That was last season. I don't know if I have plans for another Metroid game this season, but maybe next season we'll play the Metroid game on the channel. Definitely would be something I'd like to get into. Definitely probably would like to play through the Prime games. Those are probably might be my alley, just because they are a first-person shooter perspective of Metroid. So yeah, I would totally definitely like to play the Prime games. I want to play more Metroid on the stream, so I really enjoyed Super Metroid, so I definitely would like to definitely get into Prime at some point. So I've heard nothing but positive things of these games, and I think they would be super fun. I hear they're pretty long, so but I would definitely like to play through them on the channel. I think they would be pretty enjoyable to play, and maybe to watch too. I don't know. I've seen people play them on stream, and they seem fun to watch. So yeah. But yeah, I definitely would like to play the Prime games for sure. I'm not sure when though, but it's definitely on the list. I do actually, believe it or not, I have a Google Doc, or not actually a Google Doc, a notepad list I made on my computer for games I would like to play, and then I put them like on which season I play them on, and then yeah. So and it's definitely on the list of games I would like to play. Just I don't know when I'd get to it basically. It's like on the list of a bunch of games I'd like to play, and this list like is as long as Chris Jericho's list of 1,000 holds basically. that's how big my list, my bucket list of game list is basically, and yeah, so it's some time to come. So just that's all I can say when it comes to that. So, but thank you for the question there. I appreciate that. Next question is from Chain. He says, I know you're both a Persona and a fan of Persona and Ruby, but who would win the Weiss or Mitsuru fight? Oh, right. If you guys don't know, if you guys watch the internet show called Death Battle, apparently they're going to be doing a Weiss versus Mitsuru death battle in the next episode, which is pretty sick. Both people who are like ice queens, basically. And who do I think would win? Honestly, probably if I have to say this, honestly, I probably would have to think Mitsuru would win. Honestly, you wanna know why? Marin Karin is an OP move, and when you hit Marin Karin, eventually it's gonna hit, and eventually you're just gonna hit yourself in the face because you're charmed. So yeah, but no. In all honesty, I actually would have to think. If I'm being serious for a minute, I'm gonna say Weiss would win. Honestly, she's got the she can summon. She can also use glyphs to jump off in places and whatnot. And, she can use dust ability. She can use fire dust, ice dust, like any type of elemental dust you can think of. And Mitsuru, I believe, only uses ice attacks. I think she's got physical attacks as well, but I also think that Weiss is more agile than Mitsuru, so she can do a lot more. So I'm gonna say Weiss beats Mitsuru easily in this fight for sure. Just because Weiss is also a better character. I'm gonna go out and say that too. Weiss will easily beat Mitsuru in a fight for sure, easily, for sure. I'm going with Weiss on this one. So, yeah. So thank you for the question there. Next question is from Bernie. It says, I can't wait to get out of the dark, scary place. Also, please never sacrifice me again, or I'm leaving you for another caster. No, you can never leave me, Bernie. Please. You're not even in a dark place. The room is actually kind of light. You're actually in the open. You're just in another room, where there's a light and everything. So, yeah. So yeah. Thank you, Bernie. And next question is from the Mario Kart God. It says, are any theme sets that are catching your eyes so far? Oh, for the theme set contest. For some of them that I've seen, yes, actually, there are a few good couple ones that I've seen. I haven't read through all of them just yet, but from when I first looked at them, there are some pretty good ones, I gotta say. There are some very creative ideas here for this year. And that's nice because there's not a lot of them that are based on something that's already been made. So I'm glad I put that rule in this time around. So now the creativity is actually there. But yeah, there actually are some pretty good ones. I haven't seen the recently added ones that made it to 10. But yeah, there definitely are some pretty good ones this year. So I look forward to actually playing through all of them and then actually playing them and seeing, hey, I like this one, or hey, this one could be better personally. But right now, on how some of these are written, they do seem like they'd be. There are some pretty good ones for sure. So I look forward to playing through them when we start up the theme set contest in a few weeks. Playing through the theme set submissions in a few weeks. So, which reminder, you can submit yours right now if you have not done so. Alright, so thank you for the question there. Next question from Supermoon says, what is one game you'd like to see get announced at E3 but most likely won't? Meaning the game that seems to be like a long shot of happening, but it's E3, so you never know. When like Shenmue 3 or Final Fantasy 7 Remake got announced. I did say Pikmin 4, but I think that game's guaranteed at some point, just I don't know when it will be. But a game that will that's like so out of the blue. Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie game. There you go. That's my answer, because that's a series that's dead and never coming back. But if it did come back, I'll be the first to be saying this Microsoft won E3 just because of that. So, I know one. A Persona collection of all the Persona games besides 5, basically. So, all of the games from 3, all of 4's games, I guess the first 2 games as well, if you want to add those in there. The spin-off titles being put on all in one disc or a cartridge or whatever, so you can play them at any point in time. Kind of like the Kingdom Hearts this collection right here, but for Persona, basically. Kind of like this, basically. Because I think that would be awesome, but that will never happen because Atlas doesn't like money. So yeah, but thank you for the question there. But yeah, definitely. Pikmin 4 would be the answer for that for sure. So yeah, but thank you for the question over there. Or Banjo-Kazooie would be my answer for that. Banjo-Kazooie would be the answer because that's a dead franchise, unfortunately. So yeah. So thank you for the question there. Next question is from Anonymous, and their question is, how do you feel Kairi's character development should have gone in Kingdom Hearts 3? Well, I will say this. They started off fine in that game. Let me tell you something. When they announced that in the end of the Dream Drop Distance special ending that she was coming to train as a Keyblade wielder, I thought that was fine and that she was going to go somewhere else to train. When Kingdom Hearts 3 first started and you first see her in the wherever the hell she is, and she's training with, or just sitting there talking with Axel, I thought that was fine when they showcased any of those cutscenes there. But I would have loved to have seen her actually use the Keyblade in that segment where they were like just fighting each other with the Keyblades and whatnot, just to see her actually looking like she was given the training. But unfortunately, you don't see her actually train at all in the game, and that's an issue, unfortunately. And plus, it does feel pretty rushed. So like you only see 2 cutscenes of her and Lee in that one area that they are, where apparently time does not flow. By the way, they're in an area in the world where time doesn't even move. So they basically have unlimited time to basically train and become used to using the Keyblades. But unfortunately, it didn't even matter in the end because all you see her do in the game is beat up one tiny little shadow. This guy right here, this guy, she took out one of them in a cutscene, and that was it. And then you fight with her and Lee against the hooded figure and Isa, and she gets her ass whooped by the hooded figure. I'm not gonna say who it is, but you know. So if you play the game, you know who that is. But yeah, it goes to show you she gets bodied easily in the game. Now I'm not saying she should be like OP like Sora or Riku or anybody like that. No, I'm just hoping she could have did a lot more than she did, right? I mean, she did stuff about that one portion of the game where everyone kind of dies, and then she resurrects Sora, basically. She's the reason that he comes back, but what was the point of her training for the Keyblade if she doesn't even know how to use it or even uses it properly? And then she gets kidnapped by Xemnas, and then she dies! It's just like, what the fuck? Like, why? And that's why in my playthroughs I said out loud, like, she didn't deserve that, because she didn't! Because the writers go out and show you that they don't give a shit about Kairi as a character. They don't. They absolutely could care less for her as a character in the series. That's why they make her do nothing, because they don't give a shit. So, the only thing I could think that could fix her is if they kept her dead, or if since they brought her back, they make a game based around her, or they give her a DLC that showcases what happened after she got kidnapped by Xemnas. Now, if they have something like that and they show during while Sora and everybody else are fighting like the other Xehanorts basically, or everyone who's part of the Keyblade War at the time, and they show what Kairi's perspective is after she gets kidnapped, and she's trying to fight her way out of it, then okay, then I could say, okay, she tried to do something about it, but the way they wrote it and showcased in the game, it goes to tell me she can't do anything, basically. She's just a damsel in distress. That's all I can say about Kairi. And I want to defend her too, but the game makes it so hard to do so because she does nothing. And you can tell me she does in the other games, but she doesn't. I mean, in the first game she probably does more, and then in the entire series. The first game she does more than Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 combined. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding when I say that. So, I don't know. Especially when you build up yourself that you're going to be trained to be using the Keyblade, you don't end up not doing anything. It just seems like it's a waste, in my opinion, and it's a waste. And you wasted your character this entire saga and haven't done a damn thing. She did a lot in 2? No, she didn't. She absolutely did not do much in 2. What did she do in 2 that was useful? What, say that, oh, this is actually Riku? I think they would have figured that out eventually. I think if they just kept going, the actual Ansem could have been like, oh, that's Riku. Because he probably knows. So, he probably knew. And the letter, I guess. I guess the letter was the one thing, but I don't know. You can't win this argument against me. She doesn't do really much in the series. But the one thing in 1 she did the one in Kingdom Hearts 1 she did probably the most important thing ever, and that was to bring back Sora as an actual human being, because he was a Heartless at the time, and if she didn't do that, then the series was basically over, basically. But yeah, if that didn't happen, she was basically the series was over, basically. So I think that was the one thing that was mainly most important, and sadly, that was her only really major part, so. Shinji did more in 2 months in Persona 3. Exactly, yeah. I had more of an attachment to Shinji from Persona 3 than Kairi in all these games. I'm not even kidding when I say that. It's the honest to God truth. It's so true. And his death was more of a... His death had more feeling than when Kairi died, because I was like, oh, well, fuck, man. I hated to see that happen, but it's like, she could have gotten out of that situation if she tried, honestly. She could have gotten out of that situation if she gave a damn, but she just stood there and allowed them to just come up to her. You have a Keyblade, use it, woman. But you don't. I don't know. That's the one thing I hate. She has it, but she trained to use it, to learn how to use one, and doesn't use it at all. And when she does, it's just her basically getting destroyed, basically. I don't know. And she can only take out a puny Shadow Heartless that you fight when you're level 1. I don't know. I want to defend Kairi. I really do. But the Mura and the people who make the story for the series make it so hard to to not like her. I don't know. Maybe it's just me personally, but I want to like her. I still do, semi, but she's kind of gone downhill since after 3, basically. And definitely 2. 2, she was kind of just got kidnapped, and that was it. And then made a letter, so then you were able to get back to the real world, basically. But, yeah, I don't know. Sucks. It really sucks. There was a lot of potential there, and it's the one of the few things that really gripe me with the story for 3. So, but that's just my opinion on that. You don't have to agree with me, but it's just how I personally feel when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 3 as a whole. She had potential, and they threw away her potential to be something even cooler. But yeah, unfortunately, that's not the route they were going with, which is too freaking bad. But what can you do? But yeah, thank you for the question there. Next question is from American Pie DML. Never heard of you before, but welcome. It says, do you believe in rock and roll? Yes. Can music save your mortal soul? And can you teach me how to dance real slow? No, unfortunately, I can't dance, so I can't teach you that, unfortunately. And yes, music can save your soul, I guess. Yes, sure, yes it can. But yeah, I can't teach you how to dance, unfortunately. As best as I can do is play a Flash Revolution, if that counts as dancing. If you need someone to teach you how to dance, go watch Rasher play Just Dance. That's someone that can teach you how to dance. Believe that. But yeah. And if that was Sidon actually asking that question, then there you go. There you go. But yeah. Those are American Pie lyrics by Don McLean. Yeah, I figured as much. I had a feeling that's what it was. Yeah, I had a feeling. I thought I would answer it, though. Because you never know. It could be an actual question. You never know. But yeah. Yeah. That's all the questions I got there. I'll give it a few more minutes here if we get any more. But if not, then that's all for that, I guess. Chidori got wrecked, but at least she tried. Yeah, it's true. She did more. She did more than Kairi. It's true. And her death was more emotional than Kairi's. You know what I compare Kairi to? The one love interest from Final Fantasy 15. They are so similar, it's not even funny. It's absolutely not even funny. It's honestly not even funny. Those two almost have the exact same character. They get kidnapped, they die, and it's like, oh, well, that sucks. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, we actually got another question here from Anonymous. Who's better, bro, Junpei or Yosuke? Yosuke, because you get to learn more about him. Junpei's cool. I like him because he kind of reminds me of myself. And he does have a more sadder love interest when she ends up dying, but to be honest, though, you get to learn more about Yosuke as a character. Junpei, you don't really know too much of, unless you, from what I told you, play Persona 3 Portable, which apparently he has a social link in that when you play the female route. But because I'm playing P3 F, he doesn't have one, so you kind of just have to go by what you see from him in the actual main story. So, but to be fair, a lot of the characters don't really have a lot of great character development in the game in particular, because all of them don't have a good social, or all of them don't have a social link. They're kind of just there. They're kind of meant to be your co-workers, basically, and you're not meant to really be really much friends with them. They're kind of just in a group trying to stop the evil Dark Hour, and that's really it. So it's not like Persona 4 where everyone is kind of all friendly. You get to do stuff with your actual friends. And you actually get to hang out with every single one of them and learn about them and whatnot. I just think there was more group development, friendship development in that game compared to 3. Excuse me, what am I saying? But yeah, that's just how I feel. But yeah, I definitely would say Yosuke is better than Junpei. And I know someone out there, I know someone on my following list on Twitter that I follow on Twitter hates Yosuke with a passion. And they think he's the worst Persona character of all time, and it's like, that's hilarious. That is silly. That's so silly. How can anybody hate Yosuke? I like both. I like both of these characters, but Yosuke is above a lot more just because of the social aspect. So that's the reason for that. So yeah. But yeah, so thank you for the question there. And yeah, I think that was going to be our last question there. So yeah, so thank you everybody for the questions. I appreciate that. If you have a future question for the Q&A session, you can always ask, send in the question by using the command in my chat whenever I'm live here on Twitch, using the command !AskAndy. It will provide you a Google Doc link so you can write your name, or anonymous, whichever you want to go by, and you can also fill in the question that you would like me to answer live on a future edition of the Monthly Beatdown Podcast. So yeah, but on that note, I think that will be it for this month's edition of the Monthly Beatdown Podcast. So yeah, just a quick little recap here for what we did today, or talked about here today. We had our subscriber shoutouts. So once again, thank you for those of you who subbed for the month of May. I appreciate that. We had our month recap, just recapping everything that we did for the month of May, such as our Let's Play nights with Persona 3 Fez, Yoshi's Crafted World, Mickey Speedway USA, and Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Replay. A lot of stuff for that. We had our late night beatdowns talk. We played Rocket League, Fortnite, Smash Ultimate, Minecraft, Team Sonic Racing, and Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. We had Mario Kart Sundays. We also have the theme set contest submissions. Once again, you can sign those up and fill that out until the last day, which is the second last day before the second last Mario Kart cast. So make sure to submit your theme set contest submissions if you haven't. And then we talked about the Birthday Bash 8 stream, which was very fun. And then we talked about our month's plans for the month of June. What's to come for Let's Play nights. We talked about our Late Night Beatdowns cast as well. We talked about Mario Kart Sundays, the Let's React to E3 2019, which is our event we're going to be doing for this month. So look forward to that. Should be fun to watch E3 live with everybody. We announced our June 2019 stream schedule. We showcased the stuff I bought or was gifted during the month of May. We had our highlight of the month, which came from the Birthday Bash stream. It was an awesome highlight. Our news announcement that Burning will be returning in June. Look forward to the return of Bernie. We also had our Caster of the Month nomination, which was Chrissy Coolcat. Make sure to go follow her if you have not done so. And we had our Q&A session. So yeah, so that is where we're going to wrap it up for this month's edition of the Monthly Beatdown Podcast. Very, very productive episode. Not as busy as compared to the previous months, but this was just a minor little update for this month. Just had to get the majority of the stuff that I wanted to talk about out of the way today. So yeah. The next Monthly Beatdown Podcast will be coming to you live here on July 1st, Canada Day. Yes, we'll be here on July 1st, 2019, for the July 2019 channel update. So look forward to that on Canada Days. We'll be doing a Monthly Beatdown Podcast episode then. Yeah, so look forward to that. If you're here on my Twitch channel as is watching this, my next stream will be tomorrow for Late Night Beatdowns. Make sure to go vote for the poll for that. The viewer's choice poll is up right now, and you'll have until 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern to actually vote for the viewer's choice poll. So make sure to go do that. So yeah, but that'll be all. So once again, thank you everybody for coming by for this month's edition of the Monthly Beatdown Podcast. Got a lot done. This will be uploaded to YouTube shortly after I'm done here today. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed this month's edition of the Monthly Beatdown Podcast. If you have anything, questions, or concerns, or that you need to be answered that I discussed here today, make sure to ask me either on the comment section down below on YouTube. You can send a question to me through Facebook, Twitter, or even Discord. I will try to provide an answer that I can on there. So yeah, so that's where you can find any information about that. But with that, that'll be all. So thank you everybody for coming by. I hope you have a great evening, and hopefully June looks to be an awesome month, which it looks like it most certainly will. And I look forward to it. So it should be fun. So until next time, guys, you guys take care. You have a great night, and I love you all. And we'll see you all next time on the Monthly Beatdown Podcast and on the next stream here on the Gaming Beatdown. So until then, you guys take care. Have a good one. Bye-bye.